Hey, buddy. All right, welcome to episode 9, I believe. This is day 2 of my Coliseum project. Um, let's see. I need to make a bed real quick because I know it gets boring watching me run back and forth to where I sleep. Okay, so this is the Coliseum project, as you might remember from how I left off. Um, these are the 4 rings. Now, the Coliseum, I've actually been there, and they actually do have rings within them to separate the different sections. This is going to be the inner arena area. Now, there's 2 things I want to do today, and that's do the inner wall and the outer wall. So the inner wall is going to be the easiest, so I'm going to do that one first. Now, I don't think I have enough granite for all this, so what I suspect will happen is that I'm going to make this video, and then I'm going to spend the rest of the time uh, doing stuff so I can get more granite. But in the meantime, let's get some granite. I don't need all that though. Okay, I need smooth stone granite. Now, I might change this, I'm not really sure, but I thought I was looking at the wall that you look at when you look around the border, and I was thinking granite would be the best color. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a nice granite inner wall, and then the interior of the arena is actually going to be sand. Why sand? It's because when I actually went to the Coliseum, that's what they actually filled the inside of their arena with, and it was for it was because it was a nice surface for fighting. When everybody would be fighting and stuff. So I am not gonna have battles in here. Maybe I will. I'm not really sure. I would have to figure out a way to post this to some sort of online map if I wanted to do that. So anyway, inner wall, and then the outer wall is going to be even harder because that's going to be arches the whole time. So I'm not really sure. I have to build ramps too, and the ramps are going to be a little bit of a pain. So this end is actually going to be a ramp that goes down into a basement. The actual Coliseum has a big basement, and inside they would keep, unfortunately, slaves and gladiators and animals. And then from underneath the the area, they would bring it up. They would bring up the entertainment. They would fight and stuff. Um, Also, interesting side note about the Colosseum in real life: the Battle of Athens was a Greek battle, and it was a heavy naval battle. Anyway, so the whole Colosseum could be flooded with I think like 4 or 5 feet of water, and they would put fake boats in there to sort of reenact the Battle of Athens, which I always thought was a kind of a neat little thing that they could do to the Colosseum. Um, but yeah, anyway, so I chose the granite for the inside because the actual Colosseum does have a lot of hints of red to it, or it did originally, rather. Now, part of it is almost entirely brick, and that's because part of it collapsed like later on. It's been around for like I want to say 1,000 years almost. So part of it collapsed, and they rebuilt it out of brick because they didn't really have. I guess that was cheaper at the time than stone. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do seating yet. I definitely want it to be tiered, like movie theater style seating, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet because the problem is that you can't build on a curve in Minecraft. So I can't make a seat here face diagonally into the middle. It's either facing this way, long ways, or this way, short ways. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that yet. I might not even get that detail. I might just put like sort of benches, but we'll see. A lot of it's going to come down to just how it all looks. Should almost be done this. Oops, stupid flowers. Hate that you can't just build over the flowers. Okay, now we have that done. Now I'm going to actually start on this side. So these side entrances are going to be like the main way in. So I forgot to get stone blocks, which I need a lot of. The red is an accent, but it's not what everything's going to be made out of. Everything's going to be made out of pretty much stone bricks. Main reason is just because I just have so much of it. So unfortunately, since I don't have it on creative mode, I do have to kind of plan things out for what I have a lot of. Okay, so each arch is going to be 3. However, this one's going to be the middle one, the main one. So I think we're going to have 5. So that would put 1 there. Oops, and 1 there. Okay. And then in the middle will be one of these. So then what will happen is there's going to be 1, 2, and then 3, and then the middle one of these. And I'm just going to continue that pattern all the way around. The idea is that it gives it a nice kind of curved look, but I'm going to build one side of it first and kind of see how that looks, because it's really hard for me to judge how some of this stuff's going to look in the end. So hopefully it looks as good as I want it to. I also want these openings to wind up on the same side. I'm not sure they will. So with that, let me start building from here out. So this is going to be 5. So 3, 2. So we're going to do that, that, that. Okay. That. And then 3 will be that. See, that's what I was worried about. Because I can have differences over towards the main one, but I can't have them over here. So what's just going to happen is I'm just going to have to take away all this. Yeah, again, if I had one of those programs, it would make it a little easier for this. But trial and error works too. Okay, so that's a problem because I at least So I at least need this part of it. So this needs to be either B3, which would put like that. Okay, so how much do I need to move? Because I can turn something like right here would look good if I moved it over 1. Okay. I move 1 over in the corners because that being diagonal looks the same size as 3, or at least around the same size, and that's what I'm trying to capitalize on. So, hoping that if I do that twice, I can kind of sneak in the correct order I want, so all this evens out at the end. But it could not, I'm not sure. I should have done this with like wool first or something that's a little easier to like delete, or even dirt. I used to do a lot of measurements and stuff with dirt because, diamond pickaxe will just tear dirt up. See, same thing. Okay, so let's do that. Three, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. I do like the red though. Okay, let's try. I'm gonna redo the whole thing. Hold on, let me sleep. Man, now I know why guys like go on to. I say this every video, but I know why guys go on creative, and they build everything first. It's just that I don't really like doing that. I kind of like to learn as I go, and I like the added difficulty of having to work through different problems that comes up. It kind of reminds me of when I do woodworking. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move everything down 1 because this originally started with a 5 wide gate or arch. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to make it 3. I'm going to try 3 all around. Maybe I'll get lucky. I can do that. So it's going to take some movement, but we're going to do 3 sets of 3 on each side and see how that looks. So first, since I'm already over here, let's start here, okay? So that would be 3. Okay. And then let's see. So 3, 3, 3. And then unfortunately, the more I'm looking at this, the more I think it's going to look really nice if I can get it figured out. Now let's go to this side. So when you go to the Coliseum, it's kind of cool because it's actually looks a lot like a modern day stadium. So you have these rings, and then like in one of the center rings, there's ramps that go up to the next level up. So once you come in, you'll come in through the main, which will be this one, and there's going to be a ramp right in front of you. And then the ramp will take you up to the very lowest level of seating, which will be right up here. Then other ramps will take you up to other layers. So this is going to be about, let's see, 4 rings. So it's going to be 4 layers. 4 layers big or tall. Now each layer, I'm not sure. I think it's going to be like 5, maybe 6 blocks. So it's going to actually be a pretty big build, which I'm kind of proud of because it'll be the biggest build I've ever finished of this size. Oops. So I'm actually pretty excited to get finished. Making these videos has kept me a lot more motivated to finish stuff than I normally I lose interest. But I think it also helps the fact that I cleared all the land before I started. So you know, the only thing holding me back is now a little bit supplies, but mostly my own time that I want to put into it. Okay, so this is the problem. Okay, so I would need to move 2. So where can I eat away at 2? Let's see. Or I can move them over, or ooh, that's what I can do. I need 2 over, so no, that's not what I need. Let's see. Let's say I was to. Okay, so I need to. If I was to expand it, I would need to make close 4. So that might be easy enough because let's see. So I can make this one 5 wide, right? So bear with me for a second. Okay, so that one's 5 wide, right? And then make this one also 5 wide. So it'd be like a grand entrance, sort of. Okay, good, 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 good. And then I'll make 2 5 wide over on the other side, and that'll make up the entire difference. So, no, wait, because that only did 1, so, yeah, I think, okay, no, this one gets 5 wide. I'm sorry. Okay. And then I have to do, so it's 5 wide. I think I might still be off by 1 when I'm done all this, but we'll see. Because I was missing 4. 2, so if I make this one 5 wide, see the idea is to make make a couple 5 wide on this side. And when I say 5 wide, what I mean is the archways will be spanning 5 blocks. It kind of makes sense too if I was to do it over here because this is like, I'm trying to make this into like the main area, the main entrance. Okay, so that should, if I did this right, that should span the entire difference of everything. So, and then I'll just have to repeat that process. I'm not sure how tall the arches are going to be. I think we're going to make them about 3 tall, 3 blocks tall, and then I'm not sure. I have to use white in here somewhere. I just think that the contrast would look nice, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. Three. That's 3. So we'll have to wait and see. Oh, yep, perfect. Ha ha ha. Okay, so 5. So I need 1 5 on each end, and then a 5 on both sides of the sides. Okay. Anyway, so that's pretty much how it's going to look. Now, I'm not sure of the interior ring yet. That's why I only did the parts I did, was because honestly just not sure. So it's 4. I'm just not sure how I'm going to do it yet. And um, I think what I'm going to do is have to build something similar up on each wall, and then I'll put the walkways through, because obviously this is going to be this is going to be the grand entrance. And then as soon as you hit here, you're going up on a ramp, or let me make all this higher, because the sand's going to be here. I don't want people to just be able to jump out. So this is going to have to be like 4 or 5 blocks total high. So then you take a ramp up to there, and then that'll let you get to your seats here. And then that's what this ring will be in this area. Then here you have a ramp going up that way, and a ramp going up that way into this ring, which will let you get to the next part. These 2 rings will not actually have ramps, they'll just be walkways that let you walk around to get to additional ramps. It's very similar to how the actual Coliseum, but it's very close to how modern day stadiums are built, where everything's by levels and areas and stuff. So at least that'll be close. Let's see. Perfect. Huh. Okay. I'm happy that it all kind of worked out and it matches and stuff, because then when you walk around it, these all look the same. Let's see, skip 3, and then I'm not like completely committed to this design yet. I really don't want it to have stone blocks everywhere, but there's not really much I can do about it. If I was playing um, on creative mode, I'd probably be using something like clay. Like, I really like the way clay looks when you build with it. I like the different colors, and now they have concrete. Oops, that was 3. Now I need 5. Now they have concrete, which would be even nicer. The problem is that I just don't think I can produce that in enough quantities as quickly as I would like to in order to build this project. So I will build something cool with that. I'm just not sure what yet. Also, my next video I don't think is going to be the Coliseum, because I'm going to probably build it until I run out of stuff. And I'm not specifically mining for anything. What I do is I work on a project until I run out of stuff for it. And then I put that project on hold until I acquire more stuff. Well, to acquire more stuff, I have to build stuff, or I have to mine it usually. Well, in this case, the best way for me to get large amounts of granite or stone is actually to build my underground subway station, because it's something that needs to get built anyway, and it takes up a ton. Oops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, why is it wrong? No, why is it wrong? I bet you I didn't. I bet you I didn't do a fiber on the other side of that main entrance. Nope, I can see it now. So this is 5. That's 5. This is the center, which means the one to the right of it is also supposed to be 5. So terrific. As soon as I get done, I'm gonna go sleep, and then after I get done fixing this, I'll probably call it into this video. I feel like you've seen me mess up enough for one day. I was tempted to turn off the mobs the other day because I kept getting killed while I was going through like some underwater or underground place. But I feel like that's kind of cheating. Like if I really don't want mobs that much, I should just take the time out and put more torches down. And I haven't done that, so obviously it doesn't bother me that much. It's just frustrating. I want to do something on hardcore. I thought that would be a fun video to make. So yeah, see, I messed it up all the way to here. Yeah, I thought it would be cool to make a video on hardcore and just see how far I can get, but I would have to first develop like some sort of thing on like what I would want to accomplish, because obviously I can play it for hours on hardcore if I just build a hut and stay inside the hut the whole time, but I want to accomplish certain things. So I was thinking play it on hardcore, and then the whole thing is to defeat the dragon. So you have to do a lot of things. You have to at least establish a way of surviving long enough to get to a village so you can get a villager map. You also need to farm something so you can trade to get gems so you can do a villager, so you can buy the villager map. So anyway, it was just an idea of like an extra challenge. That's 3, 5. Okay, cool. Yep, I'm done. I'm done the outline. Now I'm just gonna have to build all that stuff up. And then after I build it all up, I'm gonna take a look at it from far away and just kind of see how it's looking so far. I'm not sure about in the interior yet. If I remember right, if you were coming in here, you couldn't just see into the Colosseum. You had to go up and then take a seat. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. All right, bye. I'm gonna call it quits now. By the time I come back, there should be a lot more build up. I'll probably film it again once I get to the next layer. All right, later, bye. Stay awesome.